Welcome back to the Daughter Arise channel. My name is Yvonne, and this channel is all about bringing you news and content surrounding childhood sexual abuse. I am somebody myself that society considers to be a survivor. It's a terminology given to those of us who have gone through this traumatic experience. If it's your first time to this channel, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. On this platform, I really do try and share experiences that I have gone through surrounding childhood sexual abuse, things that I've learned along the way. I also use this platform to cover news stories, give commentary to stories that I come across in the media. I recently celebrated my 43rd birthday, and I was just reflecting on how far that I have come. I thought it would be a good idea to do a little bit of a background video to why I set up Daughter Arise and how I came up with the name. So back in 1993, when I was fresh out the care system as a 17-year-old single mum, I was given my first flat. When I was in care, I really didn't make good use of the support system that was there, but definitely when I came out of care, I started to realise that I was by myself because I didn't really have any family and I didn't really have any support. I first realised there was a need for an organisation like Daughter Arise when I tried to find help for myself as a 19-year-old girl. Now, there wasn't any support groups, there wasn't any organisations out there when I was looking to support those that have come out of the care system as young adults that had gone through sexual abuse. When I was 22 years old, I had my first nervous breakdown and was admitted to a mental health clinic where I was there for a few months. And it was whilst I was in this clinic, I attended support group for the first time. And just to be in that group, to be around women of all different races, all different ages that had gone through similar experiences, really opened my eyes to the power of a support group. I benefited greatly from going to that support group. I was able to pour into other women and they were able to pour into me advice, encouragement and hope. And really that was when the seed really started to take root in my heart that a support group was a fantastic thing to have. Fast forward 13 years later, I had now gone through so many different traumatic experiences, not just through sexual abuse. I went through a lot of humiliation, rejection and betrayal, and I wrote my book Daughter Arise. Now back in 2008, my youngest daughter was 4 years old when I wrote this book. I was writing at nights in between working my job, and you know, it took me 2.5 years to write this book, only because I found at that point writing about my childhood experience of sexual abuse very, very difficult. As a matter of fact, that part of writing of the book took the best part of 1.5 years. It was literally, I would write a couple of sentences, put it down, write a paragraph, put it down, and that was the process how I got through writing about my childhood. The rest of the book actually wasn't really that hard to write about. It was painful, but it wasn't as difficult as writing about my childhood. So after the 2.5 years, I wrote the book, I sent it off to a publisher, the manuscript, and you know, I really wasn't expecting for my book to be taken up by any publisher, but I just felt led to do that. So I sent off my manuscript, my book. Lo and behold, a few weeks later, 6 weeks later as a matter of fact, I got an email from Tate Publishing, who are now not about, but back then they were a large company that was based in Oklahoma, and they said that they would offer me a book publishing deal. At the time, that was a huge deal because back then to get a book contract was a really big thing. And now obviously in this day and age, we're going now 10-12 years later, there are so many options now where you don't really need to have a book deal. And I wrote this book, Daughter Arise, just because I wanted to find my voice. I wanted to give voice to my story. So many people along the way, as I wrote about in this book, were given voice to an experience and to a story that wasn't theirs to tell. And I wanted to take back control of my life, and the first thing I wanted to do was to tell my side of the story. The name Daughter Arise is based from the Bible. It is based on the story of Jairus' daughter in Mark 5:41, who everybody in that time had written off as dead. Jesus went to see her. People were telling him, forget about her, she's dead, don't bother going to her, there's nothing you can do for her. And on seeing the daughter who was lying on the bed, Jesus turned around and said to her, little girl, I say to you, arise. So when I typed in the name Talitha Kum, when I woke up one morning, like early hours of the morning, and typed it on the computer, I didn't know how to spell Talitha Kum. The words just came to me. But then when I put it into the search engine, it brought up Mark 5:41. And on reading it, that is how I came up with the name Daughter Arise. So after I wrote the book Daughter Arise, it was released in October 2010. And on doing many book signings and talking to many people, I felt greatly encouraged because so many people had said to me their book had opened up things for them that they didn't think that they could ever acknowledge or talk about. It gave hope to many people, it encouraged people. I had the idea to set up Daughter Arise, the organisation. And Daughter Arise, the organisation, is basically about peer empowerment. It's about that idea, about the inspiration I got from that support group back at 22 years old when I was in the mental health clinic. I wanted somewhere where survivors of sexual abuse could come and find complete support. So with Daughter Arise, we offer a helpline. I've been running the helpline myself for about 5 years. We offer a support group, which is based once a month in Brixton, London on the second Wednesday. We do mentoring and befriending. We also offer practical help. We also help with CVs, job applications, basically helping the survivor to get back on their feet in whatever way they feel that they need help. It is a self-referral organisation. A lot of the time, those who use Daughter Arise services have already been through counselling or are in the process of getting counselling. I am myself not a qualified counsellor. What we offer, what Daughter Arise offers, is a support system. Daughter Arise also does empowerment events. Recently I've done one in California. I've also done awareness events down here in London. We do workshops. We are planning to do more awareness events in the near future. I did a TED talk on the importance of peer empowerment. I will leave a link to that also as well in the description bar below. But this organisation has been going for 8 years. I self-fund it a lot of the time myself, me and my husband, through our pay and through our salaries. We had been very blessed in the past to receive help from my old church back about 3 or 4 years ago for a couple of years. We have 2 donors that donate £10 a month each, and I've been doing so for 4 years. Me and my husband support this organisation financially. And if you want to support this organisation, I will also leave a link below in the description box as well. The main thing that I love about doing this organisation, about doing Daughter Arise, is the help that people feel that they get from what I offer, what we offer on Daughter Arise. Many people have commented to me how blown away they are that I would take the time out to listen to them, to comfort them and be there in their time of need when their own family wouldn't do that for them. And my response to that basically is, it is the love of Jesus in action. It's the love of God in action. I know what it feels like not to have support and not to have no one there for you. As I explained earlier on, in my early years of leaving care, I had nobody and nothing. And it was because of that feeling, it was because of that experience that helped me to birth the vision of Daughter Arise. It has come from a place of pain, it's come from a place of learning from the pain of my experiences that I am able to do this organisation. It is because of the strength of God and the love of God that I'm able to show that love and support to others. And it's a wonderful feeling to be able to support and help in whatever way that I can. It was birthed basically from my story. I'm not a big CEO, I'm just somebody who had a vision, somebody who had a story, and from that story I set up this organisation, and that's basically what it is. In everything that I do, whether it is through offering the services that we offer, through the blogs, through the YouTube videos, it's really just about pouring into other people and blessing other people. And if I can support or help one person through a particularly tough time, because sexual abuse is so traumatic, so hard to go through. It really is a very isolating experience. And if I can help one person to find hope, to find encouragement, to find strength to face another day, then it will all be worth it. And it has been worth it. So if you are interested in finding out a little bit more about me, my story, my book Daughter Arise is available via many different outlets: Amazon, Waterstones, Manor Christian Bookstore, Clapham Books, Barnes and Noble. These are just a few of the main outlets. You can also get my book direct from me at www.daughterarise.org.uk. That is Daughter Arise website. If you go to the store page and you buy the book directly from me, I will sign it and send it out to you. The book is £10. My book has been described as a very powerful book to read. I have shared my story and have done many book signings at different places over the years. If you are interested in booking me to do a talk or to do a book signing, you can email me at info@daughterarise.org.uk. I will leave links to my book, my TED Talk, my organisation, everything to do with Daughter Arise in the description box below. If you have any questions, you can contact me at info@daughterarise.org.uk.